I'm here. I don't see anybody else yet, so let me oops. There we go. Okay, I got something crooked. Um, I didn't want to be late, so I figure a couple of minutes early is not as big a problem as being late. And so hi Tiny, George and Tammy, good to see you. How are things in the general Southwest Yuma area and stuff? And Miss Sonia, hi. Miss Sonia, coffee lately. I don't know what's up with me, but I'm healing. We know I'm healing. I'm doing so much better. Coffee tastes funny and it's making me burp. I seem to be okay if I'm only having one small black coffee in the morning, so I think I'm having to do that for a little bit. That's not really a bad thing. It's just with me having so many allergies and whatever, I often was having 2 cups of coffee in the morning and then my afternoon iced coffee deal, which either had coconut milk or I stopped that and then I did just heavy cream from a local farmer and it tastes good. But if I'm going to burp and it feels either greasy or something, yeah, I'm not gonna do so much of that. It does feel good. So I don't know. Doing a little different. Hi Miss Sissy, how are you? Yeah, one per day. I think that's what I gotta do. And I mean part of that was because my diet has been so limited for so long that it was something I could do. If I went anywhere with somebody, I could have coffee with them. And so they'd say, you can't go, right? Because there's nothing you can eat. Well, I could go sit with you and have a cup of coffee. Yeah, and it was just getting to, over the years, it's been a problem off and on. It is, okay, so it's cold here today. And along with it being cold here today, let's turn this around. Oh, Sonia, I could tell you stories when I worked for IBM in the project offices. We would go through, 12 pots in a day. And because I was near the pot, I would drink pots of coffee. And then in the afternoon, we would chew on chocolate covered coffee beans. There was a lot of caffeine going on. I don't know that you can see the numbers on that atomic clock right there. You might be able to, I don't know. But it's cold outside, and that thermometer does not have an outside temperature thing. So you can't see what it is outside, but it's barely 30 degrees, I think. And the wood stove's cranking. Wood stove, wait. Let's do this. I got it up to 75 in here right now. And it was cooler earlier, so I put on one of my blue shirts, uh, zip necks. Can you see that black thing with eyes right there on that stool? Oops. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Right there. Can you see what that is? That's Karma. Karma is the big, healthy kitty. Okay? The big, big, healthy kitty. He is the same size as Wendy right now, but he eats like a horse. And I can imagine he'll get bigger than Wendy the way things are going. The two of them run and play together, but guess what? He killed his first rabbit 2 nights ago. And I don't I don't want to screw with I just put the phone on the tripod, and that's why I'm wiggling y'all around, giving y'all a headache or whatever I'm doing, right? Um, all right. I'm going to unplug the phone from the battery pack. Let's see if I can walk over. I decided to just, be in my Sunday best, being my Sunday best. No sound. Is that any better? I'm sorry if there's no sound. But let's, okay, so I'm walking near the wood stove and hopefully we won't scroll too much. Can you see Wendy's bed pillow? But that's Chaos. Chaos is the kitty that I posted about that might not live too much longer. We're not sure. But he's for sure seeing a veterinarian on Tuesday. And I apologize. I'll do this because I'm a real person, right? Messy house, never made the bed this morning, not making it. It's the way it is. But there's still a pretty open floor. Oh, and you haven't seen this wood rack I picked up. I am so grateful it's on wheels because at night I don't mind that it blocks the door. Okay, now let me go back so I'm not... What, are you two going to play together with your toys? That would be cool. Where are you going, Karma? Oh, Wendy wants to play with her. I don't know if trying to remember who's the person who was it Lesa bought Wendy the duck? I think it was Lesa. I got to do one more bookkeeping thing here. Guys, see your mess when messages are scrolling by me fast during the live. Would you please do me a favor and would you please put 3 uppercase Q's in front of your comment that you would like me to specifically read or notice quickly, because sometimes messages scroll by and I'm not going to go hunting for them. Sometimes I see them, but you know, depends on how busy we get. And please bring me your questions. I think I want to pull a chair closer. I didn't prepare. You know, sometimes I prepare a lot. And, oh yeah, and I'm in my pajamas still. It's one of those mornings because it's pretty chilly. Let me check that pretty chilly temperature. It says it's 38 outside. That's not so bad. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. Yes, that's kind of early. But I've always been kind of an early person, early riser person. And it was pretty cold at that time. And yeah, I didn't even sorry guys. It's like you came for coffee and you got what you got this morning. So, Homestead and Nomads, how are you guys? Okay. Okay, so I think I have this set correctly. There are 12 of us. Please, some thumbs up would be great for the algorithms. Miss Wendy, you are not going out front. No. Mama's doing live. Come up. There's a reason. So now we'll talk. Let's talk with our friends on the phone. Let's tell them about last night. The last couple of nights, Miss Wendy has been upset. And upset with something outside the yard fence. Well, you know, I'm not trying to lose Wendy. She's really a great dog. But the closest neighbors are about a quarter of a mile away from me. They might closer to a half a mile. But anyways, half mile away from me. They texted me last night, Miss Lesa, be careful. We saw a mountain lion, first cattle which the cattle had come through here, and then a mountain lion following the cattle. And so Wendy's not going outside the yard without me, because we know mountain lions will kind of stay around for a little bit, and I own a ridge and a canyon, and stuff happens. Hi, Beth. Sonia, on the little icon for your chat thing down on my phone, it's in my lower left. There's a chat icon, and mine has a little star on it. If you touch that, you can ask it to show you what you want to see. I think you get to see that. No, Wendy, you're not going in the front. You can go in the back. You want to go out back? Come. You could go out back. You can't go out front. No out front. No. Hi, Donna Kay. So, yes, the cats are in the cabin. If you got in early, you've already seen those pictures. If you didn't, check them out later. Or take a gander at what's over there. Let's see. That's Karma. Chaos is on the floor. So if you're paying attention to my community post here on YouTube, and yes, any of you who are actual members, pretty soon we'll start doing some member things over there. I used to do some updates daily and differently, but sometimes stuff gets away from you. Things get away from you while life is going on and whatever. So let's see. I forgot what day it was, but during the week, I'm listening to Wendy because she's barking outside. And my cabin is so well insulated, it's really hard to hear outside. And I have double pane windows and stuff. It's kind of hard to hear. Especially if any sound is on the inside, or I'm watching something, or I'm listening, or I got the radio on. I don't know anything going around me. So I just want to keep a listen for Wendy. I think I'll keep this door open a little bit. I just want to keep a listen for her with that mountain lion. Anyway, so let's see. What was I telling you? So one day early last week, I decided to contact a vet, find out how much it would cost to find out what's wrong with Chaos. Because it seems like when it gets colder, he gets worse. And he's been having a lot of seizures. Go ahead. He's been having a lot of seizures. And every once in a while, he'll do what I'm calling drunk walk. Walking sideways or stumbling or something. And something's wrong. And so the vet that I spoke with said that it sounds like he has this thing called FIP. Feline COVID is its nickname. It basically is a fatal disease. If a cat gets it when they're under a year old, they either are really strong and they get over it, or it's fatal. And they think that's what he's got. Because of that, I got a hold of, now y'all know I'm in Apache County. I wasn't able, I think my connection was kind of poor when I was setting up the live. So I wasn't able to put the location as Apache County. But in Apache County, we have Concho animal advocates. And so I contacted them and I informed them that I have some problem with the cat and that I'm low income senior and I don't know if I'm going to need help. But I know that if I had to take him to Cedar Ridge in Snowflake, Cedar Ridge charges $69 just to examine them. That's no blood test. And so CAA, I'm going to call them, so Concho Animal Advocates, is going to assist me, help me, and got me an appointment with a retired veterinarian who only helps, I believe, rescues. And so we have an appointment for Tuesday. They're going to help me with the cost and whatever. But it is, the vet I spoke to said that they believe 97% that Chaos probably will not make it, and that they are pretty sure that that's what's wrong with him. And if it is, if that's what he has, I have been preparing myself that I might not be able to come home with him as an alive cat. And the reason I just said it that way, I'm doing that on purpose, because if he's not going to make it, I'm not going to make him suffer. But I will bring him home and bury him here because, I love my animals. I connect with my animals probably more better than I do with people. But so they advised me to, if I could be okay with it, why didn't I bring him inside? Why don't you, I had already been monitoring his food. I had told you that. So, and I found that Karma is such a hog when it comes to food. No offense, because I can eat too, and, I don't think they're quite a year old yet. They're really close to their year, like, birthday or whatever. I don't know what their actual birthday is. I got them early spring, just after the chickens left. So I don't remember the exact timing, but it was, yeah. Anyway, so he's almost a year, but Karma scoffs down food. So what I'm having to do is I'm taking a big milk crate, Okay, so to me, a regular milk crate is the one that holds 4 gallons of milk, and then there's the longer ones that hold 6 gallons of milk. So those milk crates, the longer ones, I have a bunch of them. So I put Chaos's food inside one of those crates, and then when he goes in, I make sure his tail's in and I turn it upside down over him so that he gets to eat without Karma taking his food. I was so proud of Karma getting a rabbit the other day, but he got the rabbit and he ate the whole thing. Yeah, it's a little gross, but it's a good thing. We need them to do their jobs. So, yeah. Who knows? But Tuesday, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that on the internet, but I already did. Someone will be here watching my place. I don't let my place sit empty much. So, and then let's see what else is happening. I'm going to start working for Stan. Kelsey, who had been helping Stan, kind of a parts girl or something, admin parts, whatever. Her grandfather just passed away. Now she's young-ish, so I'm kind of going to make an assumption that her parents are probably closer to my age. And her parents, I believe, live in Cambodia. Anyways, but grandfather passed. I just texted, I just checked in with her, and they're having a time, but I told her to take a deep breath, that I'm going to go help Stan out, partly because I need to help myself. In order to do the things, the extra with the cats, the extra with fixing the car, and the extra with these tubes. Story coming, okay? But the extra with these tubes. Um, it's been some expenses that are beyond my regular budget. So, and I don't know who's noticed lately, but every time I go to the grocery store, I do have to buy a lot of my food currently, but every time I'm going to the grocery store, it's like everything costs, the cheapest things are $5. And I'm kind of, I had to get, well, I didn't have to get cat food, but if I want Karma to get better, I needed to get canned cat food. Well, that's $7, $8. And then Wendy's jerky treats. Yes, one of you bought Wendy jerky treats off of my Amazon wish list. Thank you. Thank you for all those treats. They're so helpful. But those jerky treats, I hadn't had any. We'd been out. And for a little while, Wendy'd been getting 2 duck jerky treats as her breakfast when I'm having coffee, so that I didn't have to, she will fight the cats for her jerky. And so I didn't have to worry about Karma eating her breakfast. So I had to buy some of those. Those are $5 at Dollar General, or $5.69 or something. I forgot. And then what else did I have to buy? Paper towels. Not cheap, but I bought the like $2 fake package of paper towels, because my grocery run, it was the 15th. And so I know I've got half a month left. So, I was just, be careful. And I'm okay. I'm just saying, it's just, I bought a few pounds of hamburger because all the other meat, either I didn't like the looks of it, or sometimes food just makes me go, and I don't know why. And so I bought, butter's $5 a package for the cheap stuff, and I'm buying the cheap stuff. I was putting butter in my coffee, but the last 2 times I did that, I'm burping up that. That didn't taste good. So, but I have butter, and I bought eggs. And I bought eggs, and this morning I made 2 eggs with a slice of Swiss cheese on top, and I have not reacted to it. Now, I've tested the eggs and the cheese before, but that's a cheaper, easier to keep, right? Easier to, to maneuver in my off-grid life. And that's, so, and eggs were, I bought an 18 pack. I think they were $7. And I mean, I'm being thrifty. I'm not, I don't know. I'm not hoity-toity or whatever. I don't know. But so I bought, and I can tell already, we're going to go through those eggs. And a pack of cheese. Okay, I bought the sliced Swiss cheese because I've been testing cheeses for a couple of months. I do good with Swiss cheese, and the harder Parmesans and Parmesan Reggianos. I do better with those. Something about that treatment we did after I was in the hospital for the allergy attacks. Something about that 4-day, what was it called? Why can't I think of the word? steroid treatment. Something about that cleared my system or something enough so that I'm not reacting, wow, the same to other things. So anyways, so being able to do the cheese, the eggs a little cheaper, and the eggs are good for the animals. So like Karma, the big cat, doesn't have any trouble with dry cat food. So, and he catches enough big animals that I'm not worried about him getting meat. So if he was the only cat I was going to have, I could once a week give him a raw egg and he'd probably be fine and just do the dry food. And Miss Wendy will eat a raw egg sometimes too. She just came back in. Um, what? No, you can't go out front. No. No, there's a mountain lion. You can't go out there. I don't know where he is. Come up. Okay. You're gonna be there? Let me turn this around so people can see you. There you are. People like to see Miss Wendy. You can't go outside in the front. You can go outside in the back. But you can't go outside in the front. It's not safe today. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to, okay, so what was I telling you? So the eggs. If this works out the way I think it's going to, and I'm going to still be able to eat even, this is the first time I've had commercial eggs from the grocery store since the eggs since I stopped having an egg allergy. So, I've had really, really clean eggs till now. Now these are commercial eggs. They're still good ones. They say cage free, but they're still Eggland's best. So, but there's a budget. So, so if I could do eggs, I'll eat a lot more eggs, and I'll probably do eggs and cheese, and then I'll be doing things like omelets or crustless quiches or something. Well, quiche, I guess a quiche has vegetables in it. I don't do vegetables. I mean, I keep trying vegetables, but look, I know me. Can't have broccoli, can't have cauliflower, can't have cabbage, can't have vinegar, can't have. What's the point? You know, there's so much. There's a few things. One thing I want to try when they come out, I usually have a big crop of juniper berries here. And when they come back out this year, I'm going to try using some juniper berries in as a seasoning to see how that works. Right now, kind of not having any berries right now. Wrong season or something. So, hey, Mary. So that's the kind of big stuff. I'm going to go back and catch up with you guys and see what you want me to talk about. Please ask me questions. Yes, there's a mountain lion here. Yes, there absolutely is. Like I said, within a half mile of me last night, but they ran through here first. Wendy was going nuts. I was having trouble with the cats at the time. The cats were like, let us in, let us in. And then Wendy was like, let me out. And then I heard the hoof. Okay, my cabin's small. I can feel the ground when a herd of elk or antelope or cattle are running. You can feel the vibration. And I heard the hooves and they were running. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And the animals are all going crazy. And I was like, okay, whatever. But no, we have not been on for an hour. So, but like I said, it wasn't 20 minutes later, and the neighbors said, we saw the cattle, we heard something. So I went out and I saw the mountain lion with my own eyes. And I went, okay, all right. So that's why everybody was going nuts. So all my animals are confined to the yard fence today. And they don't get to go outside without me. It's the way it is. Am I worried? No. The mountain lion probably continued to follow the cattle, and is way away. But still, you got to be careful. So, okay, I'm going to go take a look at what y'all are talking about. Please use the uppercase Qs so that when messages go by, I can see, wait, somebody needs something. Let me go back. So, hi to anybody. I forgot to say hi to Homestead Nomads. I'm so glad you're here. I think I said hi to you already. Okay, Sonia. Only way to see my chats. Only see my chats, not everyone. Well, I hope you got that fixed, Sonia. And I've done something to my shoulder. It's probably from post pounding the other day. I've been working on my fence line along the road. And so I have a 40-pound post pounder. Some of you will know what that is and some of you won't. And so I've been using that. Okay, Wendy. And so I lift my arm to scroll. Use the other hand. Last night I've been trying to get my Mr. Heater to start, but can't seem to get it to light. It's hooked up on a 20-pounder. Do I have an idea? I don't, but Tiny GPS might. I don't. I'm allergic to propane. I know how Mr. Buddies work. I don't like them on top of that. I know that they can make it, the condensation in your vehicles can be pretty bad from a Mr. Buddy, and that either creates mold or rain inside. And I feel bad that you guys have to use those. I understand why. They're available. They're easier to get your hands on. You can find the fuel just about everywhere, and it's inexpensive. And I get why you guys use them, but yeah, I'm sorry. But maybe Tiny can help you with that. Okay, for the cat disease, was that FIP? Yes, not FIV. Yes, FIP, which the common name is feline COVID. And it's evidently pretty fatal. Bummer. Sonia, you had to add potatoes. You know what? Last week I had a few potatoes. Some of the meals I had made. Okay, so while the radiator was not fixed, so when I didn't have the car there for that week or two, my neighbor took my card and went shopping for me. And she did a good job because I told her X amount of pounds of meat, more or less. And she brought me back some beautiful, beautiful chunks of chicken. And it was cheap. It was like 99 cents a pound. She did a good job. But I'm not used to eating chicken. And I had told her, just in case I'm without a car for a long time, bring me a bag of potatoes. It looks like they're on sale for 99 cents. Grab me a bag just in case. So I boiled, the first few days I cut chunks off the chicken breasts and cooked them and did different things with them. But then, here, wait, I just see, I can't do it with it plugged in. Poop head. Hang on a second. let's do this. We can do this better. And then I can see what I'm showing. There's chaos. Yeah. He just walked over there. So no, Wendy, you cannot go out front. No, you stay in the back. You can go out back. The door is open for the back. So, so when I cooked some of that chicken, I cooked, one breast at a time, but they were huge breasts. I mean, huge. And so I ended up being just putting all three of the breasts that I had at that time in my big thermal pot and boiled it, put a bunch of potatoes in it and some pumpkin. And then we all ate off of that all week. I just would reboil it. And anyway, we did that. No, Wendy, you can't go out front. No. So, but this week I was like, I wonder if I should do that. I didn't eat a lot of potatoes because the animals will eat the potatoes that way. And so I kind of was leaving it alone. Okay, you're going to see the way he walks. Sometimes he can't quite. Yeah, and he's much smaller and he's so bony and thin. Poor baby. It's okay. We're going to do our best to help take Dr. back, Wendy. Yeah, so I think the potatoes worked really good for me, and so has butternut squash, but not the pumpkin. But the pumpkin didn't look right either. The pumpkin looked like it was mixed with spaghetti squash inside. It just didn't look right. Anyway, so yeah. Butternut squash, yeah. Potatoes. No, you go out that way. Mommy is on the phone today. You know it's Sunday. Yes. Rough. So Mama talking on the phone. You want to come up? You want to come up? What? What are you talking about? Come here. No, I'm not coming outside. I know there's been stuff happening, but I'm not coming outside. No. Uh-huh. Is it okay? Really? I wish I could show everybody your face when you do that. No, you can't go out that way. No. Not happening. Not happening. I'm sorry. Come here. Come here, you. Come here. No, you are not going out there. No, not now. No. I know. But you're not going out there. So, okay. So you got to see chaos. Eating, I mean, that was good. He gets up, walks over there, will eat. He'll come to the door and tell me he's got to go out. The first day I was just carrying him. Let me carry you from here to here. It's been about 3 hours. Please eat. It's been about 3 hours. You ate. Now let's go outside. Let's go to the bathroom. And all day and all night. And, I've lost some sleep. So that's what you do. They're like babies. You take care of them. So yeah, Sonia, thank you for telling me that, because I felt like I was more full and more content when I had some potato, but I was a little scared of it. Like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, well, which might be just mental. And I almost bought a bag of potatoes when I was at the store yesterday. They had the regular white potatoes were on sale for $1 something for $1.50 for a 5-pound bag. But they also had the little bag with the little purple potatoes, the little fingerling things. And that was a $5 bag. I think it was 3 pounds. I think it was 3 pounds, 2 or 3 pounds. I like purple fingerling potato. I don't know what I'm going to do, but okay. So just hearing that somebody else carnivore added potatoes and feels better, maybe that's what I'll do, because I'm okay with potatoes. And when I woke up this morning, I'm sitting up at 4 o'clock, had just restarted the fire, and because it was down to 48 inside. So it was like 4 o'clock in the morning ish, and I'm waiting on the tea kettle to heat and whatever. And I realized the thought came to me that I know I'm okay with cassava or yuca from down south and from Central America. And so I was like, I bet I could get away with buying yuca flour, even though I don't want to. It's hard for me to get a chunk of yuca here. And so perhaps it's the root vegetables that I should kind of concentrate on having, because so many of our vegetables are so sprayed and messed with, and I don't know, but it's some thoughts I've had. But I miss being able to have a little flour tortilla or something. I miss having something with the food I've got. And like this morning, the eggs and hi baby. I hear you, but I'm not. No. You can't go out there. No. You cannot. I'm not letting you out. We're not arguing. No. I know you see something or you hear something. I also know if there's a mountain lion, he likes to live down in the back, and we got to be careful. I hear you. Feel like I'm arguing with a 2-year-old. Anyway, so I might, because I haven't been able to get my N corn flour in a while, so I don't have any sourdough going at the moment. And because of that, I can't really afford it yet. Okay, it's not that I can't ever. It's just right now, I got to take care of some things, and that's another part of the reason that I'm going to go ahead and go down and work for Stan. Is Stan will give me enough pay while Kelsey's away dealing with her grandfather's passing. He'll pay me enough that it will help with gas and some extra groceries. And another neighbor just moved back here that I believe I'll be able to hire to help me with this project. This project, these big tubes, this project is for the cabin footers. Don't build your cabin like I did. I'm not saying I did a bad job, because I didn't. I did a good job. But it was never supposed to be a house to be lived in. And so I never did footers. And I know about footers, but it was supposed to be a shed, and I wasn't supposed to need to deal with the county permits and all that kind of stuff. Well, so the civil engineer told me, first he told me I was in pretty good shape and don't worry about it, I'll just do the paperwork. Then he called back and he said, I've been thinking about it. I want you to put 6 footers under, and like hurricane straps, these metal straps. I want them in cement. I want it so deep. I want you to do that. And he said, with cold weather coming and all the things you've had going on, I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that before spring, before the ground freezes. And I expressed that to a friend. The friend said, I want to help you. Okay, y'all know I don't like borrowing money, okay? So they didn't ask if I wanted to borrow money. They said, I'm ordering this stuff for my cabin. If you will allow me, I'm ordering yours at the same time because you need yours done now. The civil engineer's 82 years old. If something happens to him over the winter, you're this close to having your occupancy permit and having your house with nothing to worry about. And he said, if that's all he wants you to do, I'm ordering it for you. We'll talk about it and you can pay me back at some point in time. So all that stuff's here now. 12 bags of cement, 3 of these big tubes, and all the metal straps. I need some short pieces of rebar to go through the straps in the cement so that it holds the straps in the cement. But aside from that, the materials are here. And a good friend who has helped me with things before has moved back to the area and is looking for work. And we briefly spoke in the last couple days, and I might be able to hire him to help me get this done and get it done like right away. And if we get it done right away, it'll, okay, so another thing that happened this month is the post office took their, twice a year, they take $50 out of my bank account because it's on automatic pay. And that's for my post office box. When I have my occupancy permit, my post office box will be free. So that would stop happening. And I didn't realize it was coming up this month. So that $50 coming out was like, oh, not again. You know, oh, darn. I should pay better attention. Yes, I should. I'm human. Come on, people. So, okay. All that from Sonia's comment about potatoes. Okay, Donna K. I'm making quiche tomorrow. Friend is coming for lunch using ham, shredded potatoes, and parsley or broccoli. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds real good. Wendy, you can, all your asking the door to open is not going to happen. No. You can't go out front. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Mary. I just tell people it's 9:30 Arizona time, so I know when the time changes, it's annoying because Colorado's mountain time and Arizona, and then it's just all weird. It's easier for me to just say 9:30 Arizona time. If you're struggling with the time, check for you and then make a note of what that time is for you, because it's too much for me to try to figure it out. Wow, it's like, and you know, back when Skipper Doodle was watching from the Philippines, he was having to get on at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was like, I see you. I love you. No. Okay. All right, let's see. Melanin, I'm going to need to get with you this week. We've been busy. Me and my fur children here, we've been busy this week. A lot, it feels like a lot has happened. What? You're saying FIP is curable? I was told not. Okay. And remember, because I was told it was not curable, or it's mostly fatal in most cases. Anyway, I don't know, but I did double check that I'm not putting Karma or Wendy or myself at risk helping chaos. So You're hearing Wendy, right? She's being such a good girl. She's laying down. She's trying all the tricks we've been working on. In at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we have one bag of treats that actually it was Cynthia's son Jared when they came to visit. Jared brought Wendy dog treats, and they're train-in treats, little tiny ones, Blue Buffalo brand, I think, and they're little hearts. And 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Wendy and I do training and treat time. And she's doing really good with porch, stay. She's starting to understand home. Home means run for the porch without me. And then porch and stay is for if there's cars moving in the yard, that I want her on the porch to stay. And that she can stay on the porch and watch, but she doesn't like go everywhere. And then we're working on shake, and the other paw is shake other, and sit. She doesn't like to sit, but I think it's the shape of her body and probably her hips, or get that kind of dog. Small dogs like that, often their hips are tight, the joints are tight. But anyway, she loves those treats. What she's doing right now, trying to make me open that front door so she could be outside the yard. Okay, she took a bone that she got. The last time I went to American Arrow, they had little tiny dog bones, little round ones with bone marrow. And I boiled that and made broth out of it that we all had. And she got the bones, of course. And she just took one of those bones outside to the yard because I wouldn't do for her what she wanted. So, but that's that sound. The whole time I'm trying not to laugh at her as she's laying down and waiting. And then she's looking at me and doing this with her paw. I know that shake. Can I have a treat? Not now. And no, I'm not opening the door. Okay, let me see. Liana, hi. Oh, roast beef in the oven. Wonderful. Liana has a beautiful house. Oh, I know. Prayers that he lives many more years. Yes, absolutely. Because there's a couple of people that are close friends of mine, and my son included, that I have shared his information with. And the county does not share this information about how you can be legal and be different. And, this thing about you could come here, and if you had enough money to hire an engineer to draw up plans for whatever it is you want, if the engineer will approve your plans, then you're good. You don't have to go through the permitting the same. But that's the short information. That is not all the details. So if you need more details, you're going to have to ask me questions about that, because I built during COVID year, because the way I read code, I read stuff. I really, really believed that if I did anything with cement here, that I was going to be in big trouble with the county because I didn't get any code paperwork. I didn't do any permits or codes or anything like that. And so I was staying away from cement. But now I understand, even though it kind of says that, it's not exactly what it meant. And so, darn, because the one thing I was concerned about was if they ever came here and wanted to approve this as a house, that the one thing that I thought they'd make me do was I thought they'd make me jack it up and put a foundation under it, because I built it as a shed that didn't need permitting and not as a housing structure. And so I don't have to jack it up, but I do have to get these cement pillars. I got to put 6 of them on this side, on the west, and on the east side, because those are the sides that are accessible and we can dig there. So he told me, I will approve it if you do this. So thank you, and thank God. Thank the great creator for this, because having them condemn my place or something would have been a really big issue. I'm so blessed. I am blessed all the time, and I know it. And I say thank you to the great creator all the time. And I call him the great creator and sustainer of all life, because that's what I believe he, in a loose term, please understand, loose terms, whatever. But so, yeah, I hope he lives a long, long time too. You, Wendy, and Karma are not at risk. Thank you, Beth. Yes, that's what the vet said. But this thing that, who knows? But I was told that we were not at risk. So yes. KT, welcome. I have read that for certain types, they can give cats antivirals to help with the... Okay, but that's FIV, which is similar to HIV. Okay, and I won't know till Tuesday, but I'm probably dealing with FIP. P. I have to draw that backwards for y'all. P. Petunia. P. Which is feline periodontal something or other. Feline COVID. So it appears Beth knows more about it than I do, and Beth has a little different information. So I'm grateful, but I don't really know what's going to happen. I will know more on Tuesday. But in the meantime, we're taking good care of Chaos, and he's sleeping in the house, and I'm not reacting like I used to with cat allergies. So, and that, I'm kind of in this weird space of, I know I'm healthier, okay? And how weird is this? And yet, I think that 4-day dose back a couple of months ago of steroids, when I was at the hospital, they said they can't use an EpiPen on me because I was diagnosed with MS. So I have like lesions in my brain, and I have some weird fluid in my spinal fluid. So that's what makes you diagnosed with MS. And it affects it eats away the myelin, which is like the spider web that holds your brain matter together. But it does a thing, neurological something. Anyways, it does this thing. And so just like what's happening with Chaos, there are times when you'll stumble or you'll stub your toe, or some people, get the dropsies. Okay, the dropsies, that's a joke. You might spill a glass. You might be a little clumsy. Different for everybody, totally different for everybody. But I have the things that get diagnosed as MS. Because of that, they can't use an EpiPen on me. So when I was in the hospital, after I had that allergy test, they said, steroids. For you, Benadryl first, then steroids. So as an emergency treatment, hi, buddy. You want to come sit with Mama? You want to sit with me for a few minutes? Oh. He's I I didn't turn the phone quick enough. He was stumbling to jump, but he's up there, and it looks like the cats are getting on the bed. Anyways, the so for me, they said Benadryl first, then 4-day steroid treatment, and I said, so how often can I do that? And they said, well, you don't want to do it too much. But they said there are people who have MS that can have the steroid treatment about 4 times a year. You don't want to do that, but so as my emergency medication, in my first aid kit, I have Benadryl, plenty of it, and I have the old tablets, not tablets, the old kind that are like powdered stuffs put together, not the plastic coated ones, because I don't want the extra junk. And I think the citric acid in the capsule ones that are plasticky. And I'm allergic to citric acid. It's made from a corn byproduct thing. Anyway, I'm seeing Wendy's tail behind me. So in my first aid kit, I got lots of Benadryl. And most of my close friends, especially anybody that I would camp near when I'm able to ever camp again or whatever. I love to camp. And of course, living in an off-grid cabin is camping. It's overgrown camping, but it's camping. And because this is a dry cabin, there's no running water, no whatever. But anyway, so what I have is Benadryl capsules, the powdery kind, the pink, I don't know how to explain it, powdery kind. And I have a prescription bottle with 4 days of steroids in it. And that's for Lesa, the emergency medication. But after we did that treatment, and this has been 3 or 4 months ago, you guys kind of remember it, that treatment, I'm not allergic to cats like I was. I was so scared to bring these cats inside. Cold nights, they said, can you? I was like, well, I've always been allergic. You know what? The cat needs it. I'll figure it out. Hey. Oh. Hey, you two. And they're black. Can you even see them? They're... I hear in this. Oh, there you go. That's better. Chaos is the one laying down. He's actually trying to play. I don't know. Maybe he'll be okay. I don't know. But it's warmer today, too. You want to come up with Mama for a while? Do you want to come? You want to come see Mom? You want to sit with... Here, come here. You can sit with Mama for a little bit. Hold on. Let me pick you up. Oops. All right. Let's turn the camera back around. You want to sit with Mama for a while? All right. Well, you don't need to see every pore in my face. Oops. Don't touch it like that. Here. Whoops. I can't. Is it small again? I can't do it. Yeah, you will. Can you guys... Oh, whoops. There he goes. All right. So much for that. He's going back to get something to eat. Or not. Why don't you go outside for a few minutes to see if you can go to the bathroom? Yeah, that's a good idea. The door's open. Look. Oh, that's a good idea. Go out, go to the bathroom. Okay. All right. You guys have seen the floor now. Sorry about all that. Whoops, and I'm tightening the wrong thing on the tripod trying to get this back to where you can see me again. So anyways, yeah, I'm not reacting to even the cats. Wow. Okay. Yes, I'm definitely allergic to some definite things, but the list has changed. I'm no longer allergic to milk and dairy. Wow, that I can eat cheeses And I can't have commercial yogurt because the only ones available in my area, it might be available in somebody else's area, but in my area, the only commercial yogurts available have pectin in them, and I can't have apples. And so that's a. Oh, there you are, buddy. Hi. Go sit down there for a while. All right. So I have not even been able to get any raw goat's milk from neighbors right at the moment. They told me it would be 3 or 4 months because they had kids and yes, baby goats, kids. And I better plug you all in before I lose you to battery wise. I've had the battery unplugged quite a while. Let's make sure I'm not going to lose you. There we go. Oh yeah, it was on 26. That's probably a good idea. So anyway, so I'm not making yogurt yet, but in my wish list on Amazon, which those things should be showing up at the end of all my videos and live streams and everything. But in my wish list on Amazon, I have the kefir grains. And if I could get the kefir grains and that, then I would get that extra probiotic in my system. And right. Sherry, welcome. Northern Pennsylvania. So let's see. I'm going to go back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay. My shoulder still hurts, people. I think it's from using the post pounder. And like I said, when you buy post pounders, if you're homesteading people, post pounders are like a great big pipe with a rounded top on it. So you put a T-post in the ground and you put this over the top and it's got 2 handles on it and you smack it to get the post down in the ground. Well, you can buy them at different weights, and mine's a 40-pounder. It's heavy. And I think I kind of like been working on the things anyways. Thank you, Mary. Okay. Okay, Beth said remdesivir is available in the US as an antiviral medication. Unfortunately, GS441524 is only available in UK and Australia. Immediate treatment gives a higher success rate. I witnessed the first seizure that Chaos had, the first snowstorm we had in October. Scared the crap out of me. I had never seen something like that happen. That was scary. Beth. Use bleach 1.5 to disinfect litter box bedding areas to kill the virus. Okay, not using a litter box. He's going outside. Okay, these people didn't tell me. I'm hoping this vet gives me better information. These people didn't tell me that. Northern Pennsylvania. Welcome. Hola, mi amiga, Miss Bernie. I was out of it. And you must have been resting. Okay. Thanks, Bernie. I try to stay positive. Hey, look, if you see me all off on my own, some moments, not on you, not usually on air, but I have moments when I'm like, what? Come on, God, what are we doing? You know, I'm just as human as everybody else. Okay, Sonia, you have a good week too. Yeah. I didn't know what to do, and not having money for pets, I thought maybe he was having worms. And so I just started the diatomaceous earth treatments right away. And it got a little bit better, but not for long. And then it was like, okay, something else. And then we had another snowstorm. And he was like, not walking right. I was like, what? And then it was the last snowstorm. I was outside doing something and had my gloves on, and bye, Donna Kay. And he was having a seizure and about fell 2 feet, and it was right over the stone. But I had my gloves on and I just kind of ran and I caught him and he didn't hit the stone. And I was like, oh, this would not have. And that's when I started asking questions. I was like, okay, something's wrong. This is not right. So, I don't know. I kind of got the house cleaned up pretty good this week. Some days are harder than others because it's a small space. And so, something comes in and, or the weather gets bad outside and you start coming in and you have mud on your shoes. And then there's no point in sweeping the floor until you're done with the mud, unless it's just getting too thick. And so it's kind of one of those. And then, finally you get a day and it's like, okay, let's clean this place up. I can't do this anymore. And the other day, Scott was able to come by and helped me. I did everything I could to the roof of the shower house. I had that one section of roof that wasn't right, didn't fit, and every time it rained, the water went inside. And I was like, I just need that more secure. And so I figured out what to do with the materials I already had. I'm always saying, use what you've already got and do the whole turtle step your way through. And that's what I was doing. And so I was able to get it figured out, and part of it screwed down correctly. But then we were having really high winds and I couldn't reach. I can get up on, I feel comfortable on my tall ladder. I feel comfortable going up to this third step from the top. But if I got to go any further, I'm too scared. And part of that's because I've been paralyzed. I don't think I used to be able to do these things, but it's like, I've been paralyzed. If I fall from this right now and I'm alone, this wouldn't be good. So I tried to reach, I tried to climb on something else, and it was like, yeah, I can't quite do this. My arm's a foot too short. I can't do this. So I finally called one of the guys that occasionally can help out, called and said, hey, Scott, is there any chance an hour? I don't think it'll even take an hour, but I can't reach. And he goes, yeah, now that you've told me what it is, let me see if I can fit it in on my way to do something else. I was like, okay, you just let me know when you can do it. And so then I said, what I'm going to do is, because the wind's supposed to be strong again, I'm just going to take down what I can't screw down. And it's close. So if you call me 15 minutes before you get here, I can pull that out and I know where everything is. This isn't a problem. We don't have to hunt for stuff. We could just do it. And so, so we went ahead, and so he came. He was able to come a couple days ago, and he was like, well, you were right. You said you would have it all ready to go. And I was like, yeah, I got it all figured out. And it's not perfect, but it's good enough for what I'm doing. And I said, I know I need one more little scrap piece for the end. So the end that's by the water tower, that corner that drops down, right? The roofing is that much too short. And so I could use a piece that could stick out a little bit, or that sticks out and goes down. Either one would be fine. But I just need a little tiny scrap maybe a foot wide, nothing. But we can undo a couple of screws to put that in later. So he was able to come, and he could get higher on the ladder, and he's taller and got longer reach. And he was able to put 1 foot on the water tank. And I was like, I hadn't thought about how to use the water tank. I was a little scared of that, but I could have done it. Now that I watched him, I was like, I probably could have done that. I know a roofer too, Shane. But unfortunately, the roofer I know is often in California. I ain't pointing any fingers, Shane. Anyway, but so he he got that screwed down, so that's fine. And so that's much more manageable. And you could still see a little daylight around the edges, but that is not a problem. And that's the area where the cats' winter beds that have the straw in them are in there. And so, if I'm gone during the day and they're here by themselves, they have their, now that they're coming in and out of the house different, I don't know what's going to change, but big deal. Yay. And he agreed with some of the things I mentioned to him, a couple of things that I was thinking about doing on the outside of the shower house. One is that sink that's like the kitchen sink I've used in there all summer. It's been wonderful to do that, but it's going to get moved on the outside because the 2 barrels for the toilet go in there, and so does the shower. And so that sink will come on the outside, and it'll be fine. But when I get a chance, I'll get that done. And if it doesn't get done right away, first, the footer posts, I have to dig holes under the corner of the cabin. You got to dig it under the corner. And I don't want it open for very long because I don't want a rodent getting under there again, or a rabbit or whatever it was. But anyway, so I got to dig those holes first for this stuff. So this project is the priority now, but I might be able to hire the friend who moves back to help with that, digging holes and whatever, because I got to go, in order to get through the next couple of weeks, I got to go work for Stan and make some money. Because I'm going to need, I got enough gas money to get to the vets and get home. And then I'll have to have gas money and some more grocery money to make it through the rest of the month. And because Kelsey's off dealing with the grandfather's passing, then Stan had said to me the other day, I'll pay you to come help. And I was like, I'll come help anyways. And he goes, no, I'll pay you to come help. And so I called him and I said, so I need you to pay me to come help, because I wanted to anyways, but I'm going to need gas money and some more grocery money this month, and I may as well just come do that. And he said, good, yes, okay. And I said, so I'm not sure which day I'm coming, because somebody's coming tomorrow to help me do a work thing here. And because of that, I'll probably spend most of tomorrow hard working. And then I got to take the cat like 2:00 in the afternoon on Tuesday, something like that. And so I can't be in 2 places at one time with that. I don't own a cat carrier. So I'm going to makeshift a cat carrier out of a milk crate and get the cat to the vet. And but because of that, might not be able to be over at Stan's until maybe Wednesday or something. And yes, there are cameras on my house. So any of you people who want to be ugly, somebody's watching. So okay. Whew. So that's that stuff. So what else is going on? So Shane, I'm glad you're here. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Shane? Shane's family's been dealing with elderly family member stuff. So I know that the things that some of us used to do together won't be happening the same. But uh, by the time I ever get around to trying to put the roof on back patio, Shane might be ready for a trip to come camp out at Miss Lisa's or something. I don't know. Um, yeah, it's. Hey, and we're still alive. We're still moving, still kicking, still doing it, getting a lot done. Even when the lot that we're getting done is turtle steps, one little bit at a time, teeny bits at a time. 19 people here. Thank you guys for coming on Sundays and hanging out with me. Sometimes I feel like right now, I'm tired. I'm like, of course, I've just talked for what, an hour, hour and a half, something. Um, but I'm like, wow, I could just take a nap. But I might. I might. I didn't used to do those things, but I might. Any more questions you guys got? Um, Melanin, are you still here? Um, how's your process going? Any questions you could ask in here? Didn't I see a name go by that looked Oriental? Or was I dreaming? I didn't see Mikio's not out here. No, I didn't see her. Maybe I was dreaming. I don't see it. I don't see it. Anyways, oh, and I do have you guys set on all. Yeah, I have you set on all messages. Okay. So, I hear that, Shane. Yeah, and I know that some of the stuff going on with me is the uncertainty of the cat stuff. That's hard on my brain, you know. No, it's not hard on my brain. It's hard on my heart because I'm soft-hearted. Well, I don't know. I don't know what else. The I got all the battery packs are charging. I should have put the extra. I have one battery pack that I can't hook to my current solar panels on the roof, and I should have stuck that out in the car and put the portable solar panels on the windshield. That works pretty good for that one. Takes 3 days to charge, but if we have any weather or snow, but we're not. It's not predicted, so I'm not worried about it. And then I have that whole new solar setup, and I have not hooked it up at all. I need to concentrate, and I need to read the booklet, and I need to figure out where to put, hi baby, and I need to figure out where to put the, can you guys see that when I do that leaning back, I'm opening the door is what I'm doing because the door's right here. And I heard Wendy. Wendy's laying on the rug right on the outside. The sun is shining there. Oh, you came in. Hi. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Can you sit? Sit. Oh, you doing up? Up? Can you sit? Sit. Do you want a treat? Sit. Sit your booty. Sit. You gotta sit. Sit. No. Okay, well, you don't want a treat. So, all right, what's going on? I'll be on the Outer Banks this afternoon. Oh, how nice, Mary. Lovely, lovely. I'm so glad you can be over there. Oh, you know what I did one time, Mary? There's a state park in Virginia. I think it's in Virginia. It's only accessible by boat from the ocean or the Chesapeake Bay or by hiking. And I took a tent and a backpack and I hiked out and camped in a tent for like 3 days. Horrible, horrible, horrible sand fleas. Horrible sand fleas. But what a cool place to camp out. That was really pretty cool. That's I think it's south of the Outer Banks, south of, yeah, I can't remember exactly, but anybody could look that up. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to do. I know Mama's not understanding you today, is she? Mama's thinking about other things. I know. I love you too. She's a good girl. He's a very good girl. I really am going to yawn. So I hope you guys are all, whoever's down south in like Quartzsite Yuma area. I hope you all are having a good time down there. I know that there's a lot of folks, and it gets really busy. I haven't heard any more about them increasing that price on the LTVAs to like triple or whatever it was they were going to do. I haven't heard any more about that. I hope that does not happen. I hope it was just a scare. Mary saying it's a nice time to travel. Oh yeah, during season, I agree with you. I'm definitely the kind of person who travels off season. I hunt for when's the cheapest time to take the flight, or when's the cheapest time to be somewhere. And oh, so what if it's monsoon season? Why not go to Nicaragua while it's raining and see what it's like? It's a whole different experience. Yeah. Yeah. And I lived in Hampton, Norfolk, Gloucester, Richmond. I've been all around that area. I didn't live in North Carolina, but I've been there plenty. So, yeah, I can imagine going down toward Florida with all the storm damage. Wow, I can't even. I and I can't imagine how different the Appalachian Trail is. Um, all that areas. I loved all those areas up through Tennessee. It's very wet up in there. You'd be surprised, but it's because the trees are so tall and the sunshine can't get through the trees much. There's a whole it's cool. It's different, but it's cool. It's very cool. Walking through mountains is incredible. Walking through thunderstorms and ice and hailstorms is Um, I I'm not allergic to turkey. I love turkey. I'm nervous about peanut oil, but I don't think I'm allergic to it. It are you wait, Leanna, are you frying a turkey? I would risk trying a piece of fried turkey if you were frying a turkey. It wouldn't be my first choice of oil, but if you were frying a turkey, I think, yeah, yeah. Tell Howard I want a piece. Oh, okay. Yeah, the world's a little different than it used to be, but I never had much trouble just going. The nervous part I had was when I would want to go to sleep and I would choose a parking lot in a when I was traveling long distances, choosing a parking lot for sleeping. And um what is this, Miss Wendy? What is that? Hold still a minute. You got a bump? Mommy wants to see. Is it a bug bite? Nah. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. Anyway, oh, yeah. So, yeah, when I used to, travel by myself, the traveling thing, not a problem at all. Sometimes I would go to stop for gas and I would kind of look and choose a place where there were less people. So I could control more because there were less people. And um, then sometimes when I would go to have to choose a place to sleep at night, I would go to parking lots if I'm going long distance and like an all night grocery store or something like that. Not Walmart's, okay? But it would be, do you think I parked in the right place? Okay. I'm just gonna, and then I would have to kind of tell myself, I'm gonna lock the doors. And God, I did everything I could do, which is just protect me through it. And only one time did I have something like kind of weird happen. And that was, I thought I had parked, it might have been at Gallup near the Walmart in a different parking lot. I parked where I thought from lines on the parking lot, I thought I parked off the side, where I wouldn't like bother anybody. And after dark, all these cars and headlights and booming music and I was like, what? I had parked right where at night everybody came in at night on that entrance. And I didn't even realize it was an entrance. And people were like walking by my car because they parked close to me, banging on the spare tire on the back, boom, boom, boom. Just because they were, having some conversation with somebody. That's the kind that's scary. And it's like, well, do I get up and move? I'm too tired to get up and move. You know what? As long as they're not stealing my gas, what am I worried about? And I was too tired that time. So I just had to say, hey creator, you gotta pick up. I did my best, and I'll rest until, will you wake me up if I need to wake up, and would you uh, uh, guide me to wake up and leave at some appropriate time or something like that. And I don't know, I probably woke up at 4 o'clock that morning and I was like, okay, I'm ready for coffee, I'm good. And so I left. And but it doesn't happen very much. Situational awareness. Yeah. Yes, and yeah, Mary. I can see that they'd be good that time of year. Yeah. Yeah, and boondocking. I'd rather use iOverlander and get on, find a site that's 2 miles outside of town on a dirt road. Much happier. Can't see the highway, can't hear another car. I'm good with that. Maybe there's a bear, but we'll be okay. You know. Yeah. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. If there is a mountain lion around where you are, you be careful. You don't let your little dogs run loose because stuff could happen. I mean, they're a serious animal, but they also move on, and so it was sighted close yesterday, and I heard all the commotion near me yesterday. But you know what? They're probably they're probably miles up the road by now, and they have a pretty big territory. So I am very much aware that in the winter the mountain lions are around here, and they'll be back. Sure, they're here off and on. I know that, but so are the wolves, so are the bears. So I mean, there's stuff here. There's a lot of animals in rural northern Apache County. A lot of animals. And I'm 3/4 of a mile from the fence line for the woodlot for the Navajo Nation. If you can imagine that. And what that means is the woodlot means it's the part of the Navajo Nation that they're never going to build on because it's set aside for anybody that wants to go gather firewood. And so animals know nobody comes in there, so they live there. So, and what does an animal care about a fence? They're going to move away. So, yeah. That's good, Bernie. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad you've done really well, Bernie, because you were pretty freaked out. But I knew what was happening because I've been there before. And so, you know, it's pretty easy to. No, it's not pretty easy. It's pretty simple. Simple and easy are two different things. But um, if you've had something happen and you can have compassion for another human being, then when you see it happening with another person, you can guide them or an animal to a safe place where they can have their experience. And you can say, hey, look, I recognize this. I've had something. So I'm going to make sure you're okay until you're back enough to take care of yourself. It's sometimes that's all we need. Yeah. Okay, Mary. And I'm going to go too because I'm tired today. Oh, yeah, Leanne. Yeah. 30 antelope on the res. Well, yeah. Sorry. Um, hey, Bernie, one of those 5 years that I had my Section 8 apartment in Times Square, New York, you have a good week too, Mary. Uh, one of those years, well, more than one, um, I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I would walk the West Side Highway. I loved it. Totally loved it. There's nothing like being in the middle of a huge city at night. And there's no better place to hide than right in the middle of a crowd. It really isn't. I don't want to be there anymore because I don't need to. I'm healthier over here. But at that time, I was still trying to hide from an ex-husband that did not want me to be alive. And that was challenging. We don't have to. You know, it was a period of time. It was just a chunk. It wasn't the whole life. It was just a piece of it. And, you know, those things. Things come and things go. Life is a bunch of waves. Sometimes they're destructive. Sometimes they're happy. But, yeah. So. Well, guys, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a great, great week. Pray for each other. Think about each other. Don't forget to, when you think about each other, send a little quick message that says, hey, I thought about you. I love getting those. I also like to send them. And if you haven't got one from me in a minute, it's not because I'm ignoring you or something, but wow, am I busy. And I got 6 really big holes to dig. And so sometimes I'm just like beat, and I might have thought of you while I was digging, but I didn't get back to do anything about it. So be patient with me. I have a life too. And we'll see y'all later. Miss Leanna, when are we have a turkey? Send me a message separate. And wow, you're doing roast beef today. Good for you. Yeah, I don't even get food bank things. So even though it's November, I'm not getting, I won't get a turkey or anything because I have to throw away too much food. It's not appropriate for me to take. And they won't let you leave the food behind that you don't want, so, or that you can't use. And there's too much of it that I can't eat. So what's the point? But anyway, we will talk next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Y'all have a good one. Hopefully I have a good update on Chaos's progress next week. Y'all just have a great, great week. I will try to too. Yes, homesteading is challenging and a lot of work, because this is another side of life that if you are able to work and you have more time than you have money and you have a little bit of skill, you can do a lot with a very small amount of money. But you got to be willing to think differently. And that's the way that works. And so hiking as a long distance hiker, so that you don't have to be called homeless because you don't really know where you need to be. It is a way to avoid the homeless label. But all of these things, you're more in contact with nature and the weather. And you need to be able to handle some of that. And it's hard work. It's not cheap. It's hard work. So y'all hang in there. We will see you next week. Ciao.